I'm Toby Aykroyd, and I am a trustee, which I have the great privilege of FCC, Fundația Conservation Carpathia, and also the European Nature Trust. And FCC is looking in the long run to establish a national park in the Făgăraș Mountains, which is aiming to protect some of the last really large wilderness areas of forest in Central Europe and their wildlife and their remarkably pristine ecosystems. And the European Nature Trust is allied to FCC. We're trying to do what we can to support its objectives. And one of the main focuses of the European Nature Trust has been to promote and produce a series of films about the wonderful natural heritage of Romania, its wild forests, its wild alpine uplands, and the wildlife, the bears, the lynx, the wolf that go with that. Partly in order to project those wonders, which are on the whole very little known elsewhere in Europe, together with your very strong cultural tradition, and partly also to show the country to potential tourists who can then come there and spend income and provide employment to local communities, which is particularly useful perhaps in the more remote areas. Those films, three are called Wild Carpathia, and those have been produced over a period of 2 or 3 years with the presenter Charlie Otley and the originator of the vision, the concept, being Paul Lister, who was also the founder of the European Nature Trust, and also Romania Untamed, which is the fourth film that's been produced so far, with the very generous support of Auchan, the retail group, which has quite a large branch in Romania. Another aspect of the European Nature Trust work is an education project for mobile classrooms, which is being delivered by a couple of double-decker buses, which have been making their way around the country, very much projecting environmental issues to local schools, local school children, and tens of thousands have now had the opportunity to actually go on board the buses and to see related films. That's called Wild Kingdom, and we hope eventually that may lead to an input of a greater level of environmental awareness into the school curriculum generally, obviously very much as felt appropriate by Romanian education institutions. And that is something which we're also hoping to be partnering with FCC on. And coming back to the point I was making earlier about the Făgăraș National Park vision, which underwrites all of these different endeavours, that is, we're hoping, going to be encompassing an area of up to 250,000 hectares, of which approximately between 50 and 100,000 should be owned outright for the benefit of the nation. Mainly ancient forest, but a range of other habitats as well. And all of this being underpinned with a very strong cooperative partnership with the local communities and the local landholders, so that it's very much to mutual benefit, if you like, of Romania's natural heritage, but also for employment and for income for those various local interests.